Shalom. We give all praises and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, Bashem Kakadash. The bonus to the apostles of GMS, Ruel, and Shalom to the faithful men, as always, continually doing the work of the Lord. And Lord willing, this is a very quick video. I want to make a video off with the apostle Tahar. He made a video earlier speaking on the scripture where it says, you have wife be as though you have none. You know what I'm saying? And that's a very, very beautiful scripture. And me and the brothers just talked about that last night a little bit. When we quoted the other part where it says, if you burn, then marry. You know what I'm saying? But that's a very good scripture because obviously you already know this is the end times. Like the scripture says, I don't even need to write it to you. You already know the Lord's about to return as a thief in the night. So this ain't the time to really be, bullshit. We gotta keep ourselves in check. All right, and of course, there ain't nothing wrong. Matter of fact, the scriptures are gonna say it best. All right, you can go out there and have your fun and get you some girls. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Like, you a man. That's really it's a natural thing. You look at things, bro. Like I go through little situations and relationships with people, whether it's with a woman or with a person or animal, whatever. And I notice, like, the father and the children, whatever. You just starting to see, like, everything is just the way the Lord set it up. You can tell that's how it's supposed to be. But today, people they bugged out, man. They twist everything, and now this is that, and that is this. You know what I mean? Good is right and right is wrong. Or slugger, you know what I'm trying to say. Wrong is right and right is wrong. Alright, Esau would tell you that you're not supposed to have multiple wives, which in the scriptures you're allowed to. He'll tell you that you can't have multiple wives, but yet you can marry man and man, woman and woman. And in certain states you can marry a fucking animal. And that's madness. Alright? So yeah, man, if you desire a woman, it's natural, man. You know what I mean? And ain't nothing wrong with that. That's going to happen. I don't give a fuck who you is. Every single person on this damn planet that knows what, they gonna be attracted to somebody. You know what I'm saying? That's natural. It's human nature. You know what I'm saying? But you just can't be out here like a fucking, like a rabbit fucking, just doing too much. Some brothers can handle that shit. Some brothers can handle 3 wives. You know what I mean? It's not about getting as much wives as you can, as you want. It's about getting as much wives as you can handle. You know what I'm saying? Or even just having one is good enough. Or just having none is really the best. Having no woman is the best, really. But we already know sometimes Jake burn and he needs to handle his business. But this is 1 Corinthians 7. And 26, it says, I suppose therefore that this is good for the present distress. I say that it is good for a man so to be. You know what I'm saying? So art thou bound unto a wife? Seek not to be loose. Art thou loose from a wife? Seek not a wife. So if you're a man that came into this truth, and you had a wife, hey, she, like the scripture says, she pleased to dwell with you, then deal. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to stay with that woman really for the rest of your lives. But of course, if she start bugging and tripping and committing adultery, obviously get rid of this shit. But if she's pleased to dwell with you, she doing what she's supposed to do. She don't gotta be a fucking righteous woman, man. I remember there's a scripture in Sirach. I gotta find that one that pretty much says that if a woman just takes care of her husband, that considered her being righteous. You know what I mean? She don't need to be out there on the highways and byways teaching with us, like the Apostle Tahar was saying. Like, there was a time where in the old school where, people would fuck was I about to say? Slovakia. forgot what I was about to say. But yeah, but people would they would have women and shit in the church, and then that would cause certain things, women sleeping with this man and that man, and there's a lot of fucking madness. So we can't be like that. You know what I mean? It's time to focus. You can't, we ain't about to have no damn woman in our fucking church, man. Shalom, brother. Nah, bro. Because you already know, man. Women, they love attention. And, you know what I mean? Women, they be doing little shit, man, trying to get your attention. And, you know what I mean? They just can't fucking sit still, man. Pretty much. They can't sit still. They can't fucking, you know what I mean? That's like their highest fucking, that's like their drug right there. It's attention. So imagine if he had a woman in GMS, man. That shit would, man, Lord have mercy. Alright? But yeah, so I lose my right seat another way. You know what I mean? It's better really for you to be alone. But if thou married, thou hast not sinned. And if a virgin married, she have not sinned. So yeah, if a brother want to get a woman and go out there and look for a woman, ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? However you do it. You might go out to the bar or whatever the fuck. You ain't going off, man. Alright? Because sometimes Jake do need a company of a woman. Sometimes, you know what I mean? It is what it is. It says, nevertheless, such shall have trouble in the flesh, but I spare you. So yeah, so if you do go get a woman, you gonna have trouble in the flesh. You know what I'm saying? But he said, I'm gonna spare you because it's understandable. Like, you know what I mean? Everybody desires that. Alright? But this, I say, brother, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none. So yeah, the time is short. That's why we can't be really playing too much, getting too comfortable. Alright, or doing, or like I said, having multiple wives is a righteous thing. I mean, it's not wrong. It's not, as long as your wives ain't belonging to another man, you can have multiple wives. If you can take care of them, and you can have the time, it won't get in the way of you and the truth, then you can do that. It's best really to have either none or one at least, but if you can do that, you can do that. But if you're doing too much, you having like 5 wives, you don't got the time, you fucking juggling, you know what I mean? You spending money on that day you broke, you got no time for the truth. You start not hanging out with brothers and shit, bro, because you want to go hang out with your woman. And of course, there's a balance too, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Sometimes, you might be out with brothers and you might hang out with them for a couple of hours, and then you might go deal or something like that. But, just don't forget to keep what's supposed to be first. This truth is supposed to be first. The brotherhood is supposed to be first. Alright? Shit. I mean, really, as that old saying go, that proves that we're the Israelites. Bros before hoes. Really. You know what I mean? That's pretty much what the scriptures say too. Pretty much. You know what I'm saying? The scripture says King David loved Jonathan more than a woman. That they said that their spirit was knitted together. Does that mean that he was a homosexual? Because people say, see, King David was gay because it says this. But no, bro, like, nah. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? And then it's like I was about to say something else, but it's like I had a thought in my mind because that was the precept of the day. Me and the brothers was putting about brotherly love, and that's actually a good scripture. I might post that one too. That the spirits were knitted together. But and then it says, so yeah, man. So if you're supposed to have a wife, if you have a wife, you know what I mean, it's supposed to be as though you have none. You know what I mean? You ain't supposed to be putting her first, and you know what I mean. She telling you out with the guys, you out with the brothers. You know what I'm saying? And she like, where you at? You come home, come hang out with me, come with me, come. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you out there doing the work of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Teaching the word, and she like, oh, well, don't go to camp, don't lay up with me. You know what I mean? It could be like that. You know what I'm saying? Alright? So that you're gonna have a little trouble in the flesh. You know what I mean? You're gonna put the truth first, and the woman she might nag you a little bit. Like, hey, you spending a lot of time with these guys, your brothers, what are you, gay? They're gonna probably say some stupid shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Alright? Cause she wants you to fucking worship her, man. Fuck that shit, man. The woman, she should be worshiping you. The scripture says that that's one of my favorite scriptures, says that the woman was created for the man, not the man for the woman. She was created for us. Alright? She's supposed to serve us. The scripture says in Genesis 3:16 that the man shall rule over her wife. Alright? The word woman literally means fucking female servant. You know what I'm saying? And I believe Lord goes into like bread or something like that in the house. I forgot the specific words, but pretty much the man, he's supposed to be the bread getter and the provider, and the woman, she's supposed to be the comforter and help. She's supposed to help you. You know what I'm saying? But it says, and they that weep as though they wept not, and they that rejoice as they rejoice not. So yeah, so there'll be times where, well, pretty much the scripture is saying to be balanced, man. Because there might be times where you can rejoice and have a fucking good time, and you ain't going off for that. The Lord is with that. Especially if you were brothers. Y'all out there, you might go to the movie with the brothers. You might just go out and have a drink with a brother. Go out and bowl with the brother. Something, whatever. Whatever you want to do with the brothers and have fun. You can have complete fucking fun, man. Act a fool, as they say. But it says rejoice as you rejoice not. So, okay, you did that. Now, okay, time to go back to work. You know what I'm saying? Now it's time to go teach this word, and you know what I'm saying? It's a balance. And it's, it says, and they that buy as though they possess not. So yeah, you might buy things. You might, ain't nothing wrong with that. Some brothers, they might like collecting cars. If you got the money and the time to do that, you're not going off for doing that. If you like that shit, if you know in your mind though that the shit gonna be destroyed and you ain't gonna have it forever, then if you got that mindset and if that's what you like, that's what you like. You ain't going off. Some brothers might like to collect fucking swords or some shit. Some brothers might like collecting whatever. You ain't going off. As long as you don't keep that, as the priority and shit and worshiping and shit. Because it says what? They that buy as they possess not. So if you bought something, it should be as if if it's not even yours. Because you're busy going through scriptures, you're busy doing the work of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? You ain't spending all your time on a video game or all your time on a fucking woman, all your time on whatever. You know what I'm saying? It says, and this is the main point, and they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away. So you can use it. You can go out and do what you do. As long as you ain't going off doing some bugged out shit, you know what I mean? But if you like to go get to a bar, shoot some pool, you know what I'm saying? You cool. You know what I'm saying? There's brothers that's into a lot of things. Brothers into fighting, brothers into fucking perform. They might perform songs. They might be DJs. You ain't going off, bro. As long as you ain't, doing too much. I remember the first time I went to Chicago, Elder Malcolm, the brother, Thamyadia, because I went with Cleveland that time. It was 3 Cleveland brothers and me. And we went together and shit. And then the brother Thamyadia, the head of the camp of Cleveland, now he's the head of the camp. At that time he wasn't, and I wasn't either. That's bugged out. But he was he gifted, because we went there. You know what I mean? So he gifted the Elder Malcolm a sword, because he's a warrior. So I believe he collects swords. Oh, it's like I don't mean to put his business out there, but but brothers, whatever. But I remember he get them the sword, and then we was outside chilling. They was like cooking out and shit, and then he a couple times he He said Shema, and they would say something. It was cool as fuck. Like that's a beautiful thing. Like brothers can be having fun, chilling, and then all of a sudden the brother might say something spiritual, like a little lesson, like a small, like a little 2-minute lesson. You know what I mean? Shit, the last time we were in Chicago, the Elder Uriah did that. We was out having fun. You know what I'm saying? And so like if I don't know if I mean, I'm gonna put brother's business out there, but Jake do what we do, but we stopped a little bit, and he said what he had to say, and and it was words of encouragement and stuff like that, and it was beautiful. But anyways, the Elder Makama, he had that the sword, and he was like pretty much to be balanced. You know what I'm saying? And balance is not always 50-50. You know what I'm saying? You look at a sword, you got the handle. All right, I think it's called the hilt or some shit. I think, but the handle, whatever the fuck you put your hand at, you know what I'm saying? That right there is the He said that should be your life, like your personal life, like you know what I'm saying. And then the whole blade, which is obviously way longer than the actual handle, that should be represent how much you put into the truth. You know what I'm saying? And then really, that's perfect balance. You know what I'm saying? You should put this truth first, man. But I would have you without care. It's like it, but I would have you without carefulness. He that is unmarried care for the things that belong to the Lord, how he may please the Lord. So yeah, man, if you don't have a wife, it's cool because you're more focused on the Lord. You don't have to worry about your wife calling you, asking where the fuck you at, and you out too long with the brothers or whatever the fuck you doing. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta worry about that shit. You can just worry about the Lord. You can work. You know what I mean? You just yourself. You don't gotta spend no money on nobody. It's just you. Especially if you don't got no kids, you chilling. You know what I'm saying? All right. And yeah, a woman ain't gonna fucking understand, man. I mean, the Lord might bless certain brothers that have obedient women, but a woman ain't gonna fucking understand, man. She gets jealous. And this truth, like I heard a brother made that point a long time ago. The truth is represented as as a woman, you know, and women see that you put attention and attention into the truth. You know what I'm saying, and whatever else you got going on with your life, and she might get jealous of that. You know what I'm saying? She might want to try to get all your attention and all your, but then that's why you don't listen to them, because then if you do give them all your attention, then she gonna be like, well, you're too clingy. Like you don't got no life. You always. So it's just like, don't even listen to a damn woman. She don't even know what the fuck she wants. All right. It says, he that is unmarried, I read that, but he that is married care for the things that are of the world, how he may please his wife. So yeah, so if you married, you're gonna have I think that's the scripture where it says, give her due what's that fucking like? What's that word? I forgot the word, but there's a scripture that pretty much saying you're supposed to pretty much take care of your wife. You're supposed to, you know, please her in bed, do this, that, do what you're supposed to do. You ain't supposed to just all right, do what you do, and then don't pay attention to her at all. Like, I mean, obviously you gotta spend time with the sitch, and you know what I mean, do what whatever you gotta do. You know. All right, there's a difference also. Let me see. You go to 35. It says, "And this I speak for your own profit, not that I may cast a snare upon you, but for that which is comely, and that you may attend unto the Lord without distraction." All right, so this is for our profit. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, that's something that's the best thing you can do is tend to the Lord without distraction, because women are a hell of a distraction, man. You know what I mean? Even like your mother and shit, bro. Like I remember fighting and shit. Mom, I don't want you to fight. You know what I mean? Like that little thought in your head, like you know what I mean? Because they worry about you and shit like that, and they always, you know what I mean? So they gonna pretty much go the easy route. But fuck all that, man. You know what I'm saying? A man shouldn't really worry too much about that. You know what I mean? A man, first and foremost, like the scripture says, the whole duty of a man is to serve the Lord, to keep his commandments, to fear the Lord and keep his commandments. That's first and foremost. But I remember somebody made that point. I think it was Andrew Tate, man. Like, I think he made that point. Like, a man, really shouldn't be worrying too much about women all day. They, you know what I mean? That romance shit. I mean, I'm not saying that shit off. Cause Jake get romantic, you know what I mean? Jake ugly as hell, be romantic. Think he romantic as hell, boy. But but as far as like a woman, like a what's it called? If you just thinking about women all day, that's all you fucking care about. That's all that's in your mind is women, 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 and trying to please her, please. Then you probably need something. You need a hobby or some shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, sometimes that shit happens. Shit, bitch in your head, a lot. But you know what I'm saying? It's best to to have something like I said, man. I believe every man should know how to fight. You know what I'm saying? Just like a woman should know how to fucking cook, you should know how to fight. You know what I'm saying? Or protect some. You should know how to protect somebody, something, some way, somehow. You know what I'm saying? But in the ancient world, you notice that people, the men, they worried about fighting and you know what I'm saying, and conquering. They had time to sit around all day, sweet talking women. They had to fucking go conquer land and shit. They be gone for sometimes months, years, maybe at a time. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You worry about you know building his empire, his house. You know what I mean? He might live on a fucking farm or something. You don't have time to be sitting cuddle up with the wifey and shit. Cause I heard in the farm, I was watching that show, 90 Day Fiance, and the dude he used to live with his parents and shit. They on the farm, and then his wife came from out of the country, and they and he was instead of him doing his job as fucking taking care of the fucking farm, this nigga all hugged up with his wife, and they was saying pretty much like you can't do that because like the animals they need to eat early in the morning at a Pacific time. You know what I'm saying? If you don't feed them, then that's obviously whatever with the whoop. But yeah, man, you know what I mean. So just focus on the truth, man. Focus on the truth. You know what I mean. Don't let the only thing that be in your mind is a damn woman, man. Don't let that be so, man. All right, women like that shit anyway. For a man to have something going for himself, you know what I'm saying, and to constantly improve and move forward and shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, especially we in what's it called? Spiritual battle. So yeah, man. So that's just a quick lesson. All right. I just want to make a land back off that what Apostle Tahar did earlier. All right, but yeah, man, that's the point. You know, and for the brothers, you know that because there's some brothers out there that might be eunuchs. You know what I'm saying? If you want to do that, that's up to you. I mean, don't make a swear, don't make a promise like, Lord, I swear I'm never gonna. But if you just want to lay off for the woman for a minute, then that's cool. But if you burning, if you desire a woman, bro, go get you a woman. But just keep in mind and remember to stay balanced in it. Always keep the Lord first and foremost. Um, yeah, don't put your woman on a pedestal, man. You know what I mean? Because for far too long, bro, we all been fucking worshiping. We all fell short and worshiped women one way or another. Been simped, and it doesn't end well, man. You lead, you take the lead. You know what I mean? They don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. All right, but yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. A woman, she's supposed to spend all of her attention unto you. You know what I'm saying? While you paying attention unto Yahweh Shemel Shai and forward and you know, and improving each and every day. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, that's pretty much the point. I'm gonna give our praise and glory to Yahweh Shemel Shai from Hakadash, the founder of the Apostle GMS. Shalom to the brothers in this works. That I'm gonna say shalom.